So recently I've been on the hunt, searching for a card that counters the specific meta, because currently the game's in a bit of a weird state, where trap cards, while still fairly popular, just aren't as prevalent as they were before, whereas quick play spells are really prevalent. They're just about in every single top tier archetype, and the reason this is so different is because, generally speaking, if your opponent is going second and they draw their quick play spell, you can't just activate an MST or a Cosmic to stop that, whereas in traditional back row metas, where your opponent's just setting a bunch of trap cards, having just extra Cosmic Cyclones or MSTs is generally enough to deal with it. Meaning the only card that really does anything right now is Forbidden Lance. That's the only card that just can be used in response to quick play spells to stop yourself getting ass blasted. So I was essentially looking for a card that was very similar to Forbidden Lance in that you can chain it to quick play spells in order to negate them or just completely stop them entirely. And I think I found something. The card is called Blizzard, and it's a quick play spell you can essentially use in response to other quick play spells to just target them and negate their effects, and negate the effects of all cards with the same name for the rest of the turn. And this is exactly what I was looking for, so let's talk some matchups. So just for a bit of context, here is the breakdown for the last two major tournaments we had for Duel Links. Just so you know, I'm not pulling these archetypes out my arse, I'm generally just picking some of the most popular archetypes currently in the game. Although I think you guys don't really need me to tell you this, considering you're probably encountering these the most on the ladder. So let's start with Blue Eyes. This archetype has a bunch of spell cards that you just want to negate. First of all, we have the obvious ones that are searchable via the skill. We've got your Successor Soul and your Ultimate Fusion. Now the Successor Soul negate is particularly strong because negating this card causes your opponent to not only tribute their monster, but then not resolve the effect of their card. So there's tributing a monster and getting nothing from it. Obviously, negating Ultimate Fusion is pretty important too, as it means you're not going to have any of your field being destroyed or stopping them from going into their Fusion Summon. But even on top of those cards, we've got things like your Melody and your Bingo Machine as well. Both these cards being negated, probably not so much the Bingo Machine, but negating the Melody means they just discarded a card and just drew nothing from it. So they just went completely -2 for absolutely nothing. So this card is really good against this matchup for those reasons. Next up, we have Sky Striker. Now, at first glance, this should be pretty obvious. Playing a spell card that negates spell cards against an archetype of nearly entirely spell cards is going to be pretty good. But this actually has additional bonus effects that make it even stronger into specifically Sky Striker. First of all, Blizzard negates cards of the same name for the rest of the turn, and against an archetype that is notoriously known for not having once per turns, feels really good. They can't just activate and engage, get it negated, then just use another copy or try to add one back from grave and use it again. It just doesn't work that way. It is negated for good. Additionally, when Blizzard negates a card, it adds that card back to hand, which is normally meant to be a bit of a downside as your opponent can then set it or use it on future turns, but against specifically Striker, this is really good, as they are trying to fill up their graveyard desperately with 3 spell cards. So if you negate one of those spell cards, force it back into their hand where they can't use it again, they're not going to get those 3 spells in graveyard to get their bonus effects of all their cards. So a bit of a double counter on top of being able to negate their effects in general. How about TG? Well, this one's actually kind of funny, as going first, if you set this spell card, and your opponent activates their skill to search for, their search spell, they're going to be discarding a card in order to use their spell card, and then you can just negate it in response, meaning your opponent once again just discarded a card and got no value from it, most of the time just ending your opponent's turn entirely. So those are the 3 archetypes I feel like this spell card is most useful against in the current meta, but that doesn't mean this spell card is just completely worthless against everything else, as keep in mind, most decks in Duel Links are playing some form of spell card, whether that be Book of Moon, Forbidden Chalice, Forbidden Droplet, Gold Sark, Enemy Controller, Trade-In, Mind Control, Dark Hole, Monster Reborn, the 10-year spell cards, whatever it is, most archetypes and most decks are playing some form of spell card in their deck, meaning this card will generally get value in most games. Now, rather than me just keep telling you just how good I think this card is, why don't I just show you? Alright, so I've already gone ahead and recorded 6 or so replays showcasing this tech card in action. Now, keep in mind, this was ladder gameplay, so it's not exactly the most insane replays I could have gotten. I was trying to find specifically the matchups that I talked about at the start of the video, but I didn't find a single Sky Striker player the entire time. I think I may have found one. I didn't draw the spell card against him, so I don't know where all the Sky Striker players were at, but it made it pretty hard to get decent replays against the matchups I was looking for. I did find at least one TG and a few Blue Eyes, but yeah, it's kind of hard to get insane replays to show off how good the card can be. But all these replays are going to be showing off the card just generically being used against things and being pretty good, so hopefully it's enough to convince you just how good the card can be. Alright. Yeah, I have no idea where all the Sky Striker players are hiding. I swear, the last couple of videos I made, there was like every second game was against a Sky Striker. But today, of course, when I go ahead to try to record this video, they're all hiding. They're all offline doing God knows what. Alright. So you've seen this kind of stuff before. Gonna be normal summoning my dude, summoning back my halberd, oh sorry, my raptor, my halberd. Alright, Guardian, adding back to hand, special summoning, grabbing the serpent, reviving. These two become the gladiator. Now, by the way, if you're wondering why I didn't go for the link monster here, the entire time my opponent had something that was activatable, and I was terrified that he had like a crow or a veiler and was just holding it for some reason. He had Misk in his deck list, which makes sense. A lot of TG players are currently playing Misk to search for their booster raptor here. I should have guessed that. If he had Veiler or Crow, he would have used it already, surely, so... But I was just playing it safe here and just went straight for the Synchro. I should have just gone for the standard play, but whatever. I actually got in my own head here. Alright. Summoning out the Halberd Cannon. Oh, by the way, don't take the deck list I'm using for this as, like, the only place you can play Blizzard. I was just playing Blizzard in this art type because I happen to be enjoying TG right now. It's still just a generic card you can use anywhere. It's just, I chose this one for the video. Alright. He's gonna go for a Black Rose Dragon here. The easiest negate of my life. Searches free spell card, and oh, we're getting ready. Activates the spell card, discarding a card, leaving only 2 cards left, negating it for the rest of the turn, giving it back to him, but by that point, he actually can't play the game, so he just concedes. Alright, so that's already a pretty good example of just, yeah, if you draw the card versus TG, you're probably going to end their turn as soon as you activate it. Sometimes they can sort of play through it, but obviously their turn is being severely affected by having their spell card negated. It's the main way they play the game. It's like all their consistency is in that skill and that search, because they're playing a bunch of tech cards now that they can afford to play them. So if you negate it, it feels pretty good. Alright, up against Mr. What's that? Ramiro or something? Romero or something? Oh, my Japanese is so bad. Anyway. I encountered a lot of Yubels, actually. I don't know why so many people are playing Yubel. It caused me to have to play the, swap out the Shiranui level 7 for the... Can I check my extra deck? Hello? Swap out the Shiranui level 7 for the... for this one, purely because I want a card that returns things to hand so I can get rid of their stupid fusion. Alright, Wolf, Special Summoning. These two become the Wonder Magician to pull back row. He's going to use Chalice to negate that. I'm not going to use Blizzard on that because that's pointless. He's literally boosting my attack for me because he's a nice guy. Alright, flip that face up. He's then going to use Book of Moon on it. Thankfully, I've got a Blizzard for that. Huge negate. And yeah, the rest of this is just completely dead, so we'll just fast forward a little bit. Return it to hand. Searching for my removal. And we can normal summon, special summon. You've seen it all before. And my boy here is very dead. Alright. On to our next one. Alright, up against Mr. Mummelum, I think? Mummelum? I'm probably butchering the shit out of that. Either way. Oh, this one, we can actually draw the spell card at the start here. This one we top decked it later on, and it was very useful. Actually, I lied. We didn't get to use it till later on, is what I meant. Alright, this guy takes a while to set up, so we'll speed it up. Basically going for that setup of all the untargetable stuff, which is really annoying. Alright, banishing that, which I'm... yeah, nice crow dumbass. Yeah, banish this card just so you can revive it. I didn't know that's how Dot Scraper works because I'm a dumbass. I thought this thing didn't work when it gets banished. Despite using this card so often, I completely forgot that. I'm pretty sure I've even used it in that case before, so... Yeah, ignore that, Crow. I'm so dumb, actually. Alright, anyway. There's actually other things we could have got rid of too, actually. Alright. These ones become the honey bot thing, so now his entire field is like untargetable, indestructible, and all this bullshit. Alright, activating my limit to removal, discarding, drawing, grabbing my 2 cards. I'm pretty sure I actually have the Shiranui level 7 back in the extra deck here. I kept swapping them in and out. It wouldn't have mattered either way, because both that and the other one would have outed this field. Alright. Special summoning from my hand, reviving the... Or special summoning out the Warwolf. These 3 becoming the Trishula. Gonna remove the card that can't be destroyed because I'm currently playing the Shiranui one. If I was playing the non-target, or the return to hand one, I could have removed this and then return it that way. Didn't matter either way. Getting rid of card in hand, field, and in the graveyard. Squire Saga gonna be destroying. And unfortunately didn't quite have lethal though. And my opponent had a really annoying top deck. Mr. D-Grader Buster, whatever his name is. Alright, removal going to be shuffling back into the deck so I can top deck it later on. He's going to stop me being able to swing into him, which is a little bit annoying. Activates tuning, perfect time for a Blizzard. And passing back. Doesn't want to give me a search off this, I guess. Droplet, negating his monster, and it's gone. Alright, on to our next replay against Mr. Question Marks over here. So this guy... Oh, I think I misplayed really badly in this game. I think this was definitely a... Whatever it's called skill. Battle Chronicle, yeah. Duel. Alright, so he's gonna start off by summoning out the Blackluster Soldier. Grabbing his skill to search for the Successor Soul. Putting the Blue Eyes in the graveyard. And we draw into a Blizzard. Alright, activating our removal, searching for our Screw Serpent and our Striker. Special summoning, special summoning. Making the Wonder Magician to pop one of the back row. Going to use Book of Moon, we're going to Lance that actually. Oh, sorry, Blizzarded actually. We saved Lance for potentially if you had like a trap card set, like a Crackdown or something. Alright, these 3 are going to become the Trishula, vanishing from everywhere. And apparently this guy didn't realize we still had the Hey, what spell card did he search for? Did he not search for the fusion spell? I assume he searched for the fusion spell. I know he searched for Successor Soul. Okay. Yeah, that guy was just bad. That wasn't the replay I was talking about the misplay. That must be coming up. Must be this one. I think these last 3 are all Battle Chronicle. Yeah, this replay I did some sus stuff in my level 2. Alright. Against Mr. Agasa or something? Duel. Alright, he's gonna grabbing his Successor Soul with his Effect Monster on field. I'm going to discard to grab 2. I could have kept Crow in hand in case he had like the fusion spell set, but I don't know, it's not that useful in this matchup anyway. This card is hard once per turn though, so maybe it was better to keep the Crow. Alright, summon my Magician to pop his card. I honestly don't think I should have summoned Magician here, because I need to like bait out both back row anyway, in case it's like a Crackdown or something. So the best play was like, just to go for the standard level 5, and then add back a card to hand, then go for a Black Rose, which would have baited out both back row anyway. And if you use this, I still would just use Blizzard on it, so it would have baited out back row either way. But yeah, I think I should have gone for the up level 5, because I kind of just lost having a card in hand here for no reason. Now gaining his Successor Soul, putting my thing on field, oh god. I didn't realize this card didn't bring back resources that weren't specifically synchros, so I just removed my own card here. Oh god, we'll just ignore that for now. It's fine. His last back row was thankfully just a brick anyway. Yeah, if I played this perfectly, I could have done this without, even if it was like a crackdown or some sort of back row there, I had guaranteed lethal if I just wasn't stupid. Yeah, I played that badly. Played it badly, but he still died, so it doesn't matter. Alright, final replay. I mean, this one was also a Successor Soul. And I think I played this one a little bit better. And this one's actually during the Duelist Cup. I swapped to the Duelist Cup at the end because I was literally just looking for one more replay using the spell card against like a decent deck. And my god, I could not find any, so I hoped maybe people in the Duelist Cup were playing some, and I came across at least a Blue Eyes deck, so... Yeah, I have no idea where the Striker players were hiding. They're all just absolutely in nowhere. Alright, limits removal, discarding, grabbing my Serpent, grabbing my Raptor. Special summoning. Making the Guardian. Alright, we'll speed up a little bit. We've seen this combo before. Making the Link. Summon 2, grabbing the guy on the field. Putting the other guy, making the level 10, sending the level 10 to Graveyard. Reviving the 2. Before summoning out the Halberd and skipping the animation by accident, my bad. Alright, he's going to summon out his Blue Eyes Alternative Dragon. I am not going to negate this because I want to specifically make sure he can't banish the Blizzard with the normal summon Spirit of Light, because that's just what that's the thing I'm most scared of. And currently this thing can only destroy this card anyway, so I don't particularly care. And there he has the Spirit of Light, so we're going to negate that. Use Melody. I could have negated the Melody here actually, but I believe at some point I noticed he had a prompt. I don't know if it was here. At some point I noticed he had a prompt, so I'm pretty certain that last card is either Successor Soul or the other quick play spell. The Fusion spell. Can't remember where I saw the prompt, but there was definitely a prompt there somewhere that he could have activated it. I think in response to this negate actually, he was able to chain something. Alright, adding back to hand, normal summoning. So yeah, I'm pretty certain what this card is. It's one of the 2 quick plays. We saw the other 2 cards he added to hand, so I'm just going to play as if it's one of the quick plays and just ignore it basically, because I know I've got a negate ready. These 2 become the Moonlit to remove the monster on field. There goes the Ultimate Fusion. There's the Blizzard. And yeah, dead on field. Alright guys, that's going to do it for today's replays. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. I'm getting pretty close to 100k, so all the subs are much appreciated. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next one. Laters.
Hey, big brother, can I watch SpongeBob? Shut up, Mokuba. I'm busy flagging YouTube videos to compensate for the fact that I have an extremely small penis. Oh.